Hey guys, what's up? JJJBoxing here. So, Bernard Hopkins thinks that the Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence rematch will be different than the first time. He believes that with the right training camp and strategy by his team, that Errol Spence can develop a better strategy to adapt to what he did wrong in the first one and more tactical ways of um, diffusing Crawford's style. But in my opinion, it won't matter what he tries to adjust because Terence Crawford is like the ultimate chess player in there. But he did point out though that even though if they have a good training camp and they adapt to what they did wrong and they change things up, right? Hopkins said it probably will change the fight, but it won't change the outcome. To me, what he pretty much is saying is he'll still lose, but it will be a different fight, which I do agree it will be a different fight, but I don't think it's going to be actually better for Spence. I think it might actually be worse for Spence. It'll be different in the fact that Crawford will get him out of there even quicker, possibly, depending on how Crawford or how Spence comes back from it mentally. He seems mentally strong though. So it really is hard to say, guys, because he could come back and put up. I can see Errol Spence coming back and putting on this like he's gonna the willpower of him will make him do better, but I don't know, like wear and tear on the body physically. Like if he gets clipped, he might go down even easier this time. But I think mentally, I don't think it will be a problem for Spence. I think mentally he's going to go into it maybe even better, but physically maybe he won't be because I don't know. To me, it seems like Spence is getting hurt more. Like Ugas hurt him, Crawford hurt him pretty easily with like a jab at the start of the fight. He knocked him down. So it's like each fight, it seems like it's taking a toll on him lately, and yeah, like I don't know. Hopkins saying that, yeah, he's going to change his game plan. I don't think that will matter because, like I said, Terence Crawford is the ultimate chess player in there. The only thing that Terence Crawford really, that Errol Spence really can do better is he's going to come into the fight probably wanting to take revenge and he's going to be mentally stronger because we know this guy's to me, that's my opinion. He could come back mentally weaker once he's lost because he's never lost until now. So we don't know that for sure. But the fact that he came back from the car crash and like the torn retina and the Ugas fight, he shows mental toughness, right? He showed it throughout his whole career. He's been in tough fights with like Sean Porter, Cal Brook. So, but this is a totally different, I guess, scenario because he has lost for the first time and he got beat down. But in my opinion, Spence looks like that kind of guy that can mentally bounce back. But at this point in his career, he's not super old, but the wear and tear in the car crash, physically, can he come back from this? Will he just get clipped by Crawford earlier in the fight and get hurt easier? Like, can his chin keep on taking these shots? Can his body take this anymore against a guy like Terence Crawford? So that will be my opinion. I think the fight will be different, like Hopkins says, but it could be even worse for Errol Spence. The only thing I can really see positive for Spence is he comes back like the way Wilder came back against Fury. He puts up a better fight, but he still in the end gets knocked down and knocked out. So I could compare it to that. The best case scenario I think with Spence is he comes back like Wilder against Fury and he gives Fury a run for his money. But the problem with that is Spence doesn't have that same power, and this isn't the heavyweight division. So I'm not counting out Errol Spence mentally, but physically he might be running out of gas in the tank. So I don't know. I think the fight will it could unfold differently, but the outcome will be the same. So anyway, guys, and I think George Foreman too said that he thinks Errol Spence will win in the rematch, but he was from Texas. Spence is from Texas. They're both from the Houston area, or that's where they. I know Spence lives there, and I think Foreman was born there or something, or used to live there. I forget, but they're both Texas. There's going to be biasness. That's what I'm trying to say for George Foreman saying that. He had like nothing really backing it. And I think with Hopkins, there's not much there either, to be honest. Like, he's saying it will be different, but it's kind of like wishful thinking. Like, there's really nothing. The odds are stacked against Spence, let's be honest here. The way he got beat was pretty bad, and he would have to fight Crawford at 154 or 160, to be honest. Because if the weight really is that much of an issue, which it's kind of funny how the weight was never an issue beating everyone else. Like, he was undefeated until this point. So even if he was struggling, it was always enough to beat everybody else. And you could say, oh, maybe this was the fight that he just couldn't do it anymore. Okay, well, I don't know. Like I said, if he doesn't fight at 154 then or 160 against Crawford, then you're pretty much telling me he has no shot at 147 if that was the only thing keeping him, like, that was the only issue why he lost the fight was the weight. So, yeah, I don't think it matters the weight, but I would like to see the rematch at 154 at least, just so we could kind of clear out all those excuses kind of thing. And not to say it's an excuse, but we could kind of just say, oh, look, we leave no stone unturned. This is what happened at this weight. It had nothing to do with the weight. So anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about Hopkins' comments. He thinks that Spence can maybe adapt and strategize and use tactical ways to win the fight in the second, or at least change the course of the fight. But he ultimately believes that the fight probably he won't win the fight. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Triple J Boxing.